Have you ever wondered how acoustic guitars are made? Join us for a tour of Cort Dalian. I'm Jonathan Lee, owner and designer at Walden Guitars, and I've been in the guitar industry for almost 30 years. I got my start as a partner at Charles Fox Guitars. We were located in San Francisco, and we were a small handmade shop building high-end acoustic guitars. I also had a role in the beginning of Walden Guitars, involved in the early designs, and later on moving to China and running the guitar factory in the Beijing area of China. I'm here today to visit Cort Dalian. Okay, here we're at the gate. All right, we're here. All right, let's get out and check it out. It's gonna be so cool. All right, here we go. Hey!
Hello!
How are you?
Good to see you.
Well, good to see you.
It's good to see you. No?
It's been almost 4 years.
Yes, almost 4 years.
Dan Kim, president and director here. My last time was about 4 years ago before COVID, and I'm really excited to see what innovations and changes he's made, because it already was a really impressive factory in 2019, and I hear there are some really exciting developments. So here we go. The wood processing process at Cort Dalian begins with a covered warehouse with louvers ensuring good airflow and storing these woods for a minimum of 2 years, and some actually over 20 years. After air drying, woods proceed into kiln drying that brings their average moisture content from often around 20% down to below the 7 to 8% required for guitar building. Oftentimes they're brought to 6% and then allowed to return to the 7 to 8% that woods in guitar building demand. At Cort Dalian, the added process of vacuum drying is incorporated to add additional stability to the materials, using the torrefaction process at around 130 degrees. For certain special models, torrefaction is applied at much higher temperatures to advance age the materials and create exceptionally stable and tonally excellent woods. Oh yeah.
This is our wood library.
Yeah. And so this must be climate controlled?
Yeah, sure.
Bocote.
Bocote and Grandillo.
Oh yeah, look at that. It's beautiful. That's gonna make a beautiful guitar.
Yeah.
Really nice on quarter. In the world of luthery, there are rare and exotic woods that get the special treatment at Cort Dalian in what we affectionately call the Cort Exotic Wood Library. Solid woods in here can go through climactic changes for 5 years or 10 years in a climate, humidity, and temperature-controlled room. In the Exotic Wood Library, we find woods like cocobolo, Hawaiian koa, Madagascar rosewood, quilted, and flame maples, as well as several other exotic woods that deserve the extra touch because not only are they visually striking and sonically impressive, but also significantly add to the cost and future value of the instrument. Cort Dalian goes the extra mile for its exotic woods as well as its standard guitar building materials. The role of installing kerfed linings is to increase the glue area between the side, the top, and the back of an acoustic guitar. Traditionally, this is done by installing 50 or more clamps by hand, and historically, it takes a long time, is tedious, and results in repetitive stress injuries. Cort Dalian has improved this process in several ways, adding heat to the clamping process, which speeds up gluing, unifying and evening the pressure, and automating this process using air cylinders, such that employees do not have to perform this repetitive action in a day, thousands of times, And for Cort Dalian, they no longer need over 100 molds for different body shapes.
Yeah, see, that's a great glue surface.
Yep.
There are no gaps.
Yep.
And it exists as a very innovative design with benefits of efficiency, speed, accuracy, and employee wellness. The neck body joint is one of the most important and critical operations in the construction of an acoustic guitar. It's responsible for setting the neck angle, which results in setting the ideal string action, as well as ensuring the longevity and repairability of the instrument. The process at Cort Dalian is truly impressive in that the body is constructed first, finished and leveled and buffed, and the neck goes through its own process through milling, fretting, as well as finishing and buffing. Only after these processes are done does Cort then use a process that cuts a pocket under the fingerboard extension as well as the mortise for the dovetail, and then carves the corresponding dovetail tenon into the neck. They're joined after the finish process, which results in extremely clean joint that is both stable, and this kind of a process is the process used by every acoustic guitar luthier and premier manufacturing facility in the world.
All right. Robotic finishing.
Yeah, love finishing. That's why give us copy.
And so you're spraying UV polyester.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's a HVLP, high volume, low pressure nose, so it saves material.
Yeah. This is a saving environment.
Right, and it's good for the environment.
For several years now, the finish process and material used at Cort Dalian is UV-cured polyester. In the past, Cort used polyurethane and polyester, much like many guitar factories still use today. However, these old materials have several disadvantages. One of them being the extensive use of volatile organic compounds, which are not only bad for the environment, but dangerous for employees. The use of UV-cured polyester has several advantages. It can be applied robotically, very thinly. Instead of volatile organic compounds and poisonous hardeners, UV light is used as a hardener, which cures quickly and can be leveled and buffed almost immediately. However, when it comes to applying color work, this is where skilled employees still do the work that a robot can't do. And there are several colors and designs that are used for both Cort and all of the OEM partners. Buffing a guitar is one of the most labor-intensive and tough jobs in acoustic guitar making. Not only is it tiresome, but it is difficult to guarantee that the amount of pressure that an individual applies to the buffing process when you're fresh and at the beginning of a workday is the same as at the end of the workday when you've done several instruments. At Cort Dalian, CNC automated machines do the bass and mid buffing operations, and only the final touch-ups and final finishing are done by hand, where the human touch is needed. When I was building guitars in America, one of my jobs was buffing guitars, so I know how difficult and labor-intensive that job is. So it's really impressive how Cort Dalian has been able to automate the majority of that process to maintain the quality and reserve the skill and labor to do the important work of the final tweaks. It's just frankly impressive.
I want to show you, this is one of our new systems, RFID.
So he's scanning the guitar,
Yeah.
and then there's a Cort Gold here.
Yeah.
How many SKUs do you have here?
More than 1,000.
More than 1,000?
1,000.
Yeah. And then he can scan it and you'll know as it moves through the line.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah,
That's really
yeah,
great.
In the old way, pieces of paper with specifications were taped onto guitars, and employees were responsible for memorizing different specs for over 1,000 different models, frequently resulted in error. With the RFID process, scans of the instrument can be done at various stages in the production process, and the employee can instantly see on a monitor various elements that are important to that particular process. The setup process is when we finally turn woodworking into a musical instrument. It's when we put strings on, nuts and saddles are installed, tuners are installed, string action is set, and the quality and specifications are confirmed. At Cort Dalian, this is where the RFID process comes into play, where thousands of different models can be confirmed to be set up to spec, proper labels, logos, pick guards, etc. can be installed. In final setup, we also confirm that all instruments meet the exacting specifications of both Cort Dalian, as well as over 20 OEM partners. At Cort Dalian, automation is used to increase the quality and efficiency of the guitar build, as well as increasing the safety of employees. However, at the end of the day, we're still building guitars. This is where lutherie comes into play. Several operations will always require the human touch, such as binding a guitar, creating ergonomic armrests, as well as installing pearl inlay. The human touch is what really creates the magic of acoustic guitar building and is alive and well at Cort Dalian.
Thank you. Yeah. How it feels after looking around our factory?
Thank you for partnering with us, and I very much look forward to the next time I come and visit and what next solution and innovation and machine that you create to contribute to the art of guitar making. So thank you very much and congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thanks so much.
Simply impressive. I look forward to the next time I can visit, and I am out of here.